really happy to be here tonight. So to introduce myself, my name's Anna. I'm head of retail training. Well, I have a confession. I'm head of retail training, but I did not start in training. I didn't know training existed when I came out of school. Discussed this with a few people in the room today. So I spent 8 long years in marketing before I was able to sneak in to L&D. Nobody stopped me. Nobody checked my bags. And I brought something dangerous with me. KPI. In marketing, we check the numbers every day. Sales, conversion, retention, revenue. If a new product launch wasn't working, we knew fast. So we were either able to fix it or we killed it. Then I moved to L&D and I discovered something fascinating. We celebrate attendance. We sometimes high-five completion rates. We proudly announce 500 people trained. But I kept thinking to myself, this is like in marketing, if we engineered a beautiful product, we produced it, we put it on the shop shelves, and then we never actually checked if clients bought it. It took me a few years to realize this is systemic. I think everyone in this room knows how hard L&D professionals work to engineer beautiful content. We work really hard to launch it. We facilitate it passionately. We measure participation, and then often we move on without asking the most uncomfortable question, which we talked about in other speeches, what actually changed? So here's my belief. Actually, those 8 long years, maybe they weren't wasted. I think training kind of is like marketing. Bear with me. In marketing, we have a product, of course. We have a customer. We design an experience, and we measure our impact in revenue. In training, I don't think it should be very different. Our training is a product, our learner is a customer, and any blended learning journey should be just as intentional as the amazing omnichannel retail experiences that marketing teams create for clients. If training is marketing, then we should apply the 4 Ps. So number 1, product. Is the training answering a real business issue or something that we feel is important? Because we know that if the product isn't right, then no amount of engagement tricks are going to fix it. 2, price. We all know that learning has a price, right? So it's going to be time, attention, cognitive load, opportunity cost. Those 2 hours that your learners are spending in a workshop, they're not spending serving customers, closing deals, or solving real issues. Place. Are we delivering learning where performance happens in the flow of work at the time of need? Or are we delivering learning where, particularly in my industry, we're quite guilty of doing this, delivering learning in a place that feels convenient for us to organize? And then finally, of course, promotion. We have to promote what we're doing. I think often in learning and development, we assume that because something is mandatory, it's desired, or at the very least accepted as necessary. But in marketing, they don't wait for people to buy into their product. They create visibility, they create curiosity, they create demand. And if we want learners to buy our trainings, then we have to promote them because attention is such a scarce resource in any organization. But here's where I think it stops being about learning design and turns into a conversation around power and strategy. I don't think marketing is respected because it's creative. I think it's respected because it moves revenue. Revenue defines its mandate. Performance protects its budget, and impact really justifies its existence. As a product manager, I couldn't get a single idea out of the gate without first and foremost forecasting impact on revenue. So if training is marketing, then performance must define our mandate too, before launch with a forecast, not after. So before launching a training, we should be able to say what will change, what will improve, what will move, and by how much. Because if we can't answer that question, we're an event planner. And I don't think L&D should be an event planner. Here's the future I believe in. A world where L&D dashboards stand next to sales dashboards, where learning launches feel like product launches, and where leaders refuse to fund projects that don't have an impact forecast beforehand. And those same leaders stop asking us how many people were trained, and they start asking us, are we on track for the change we anticipated? Yeah. So yes, I did infiltrate L&D from marketing because I really believe that if we apply commercial discipline, we design learning journeys like client experiences, and we forecast impact like revenue, That's when we earn our seat at the revenue table.
Yeah.